My name is Fred Luhm, and 50 plus years ago I was elected to senior class president at Burges High School, the class of 1959. And it's been a real experience since that time, but what we're here to talk about today is our 50th reunion. And I would like to go back to the very beginning because it turned out to be just a phenomenal event. Not just a reunion, but an event. I received 11 months before last September an email that basically said that we were not going to have a 50th reunion. And then shortly after that, a lifetime buddy of mine, Larry Huckleberry, sent out an email asking if we wanted to have one. And I just became extremely aggressive because I couldn't imagine. We've had 10th year, 20 year, 35-year reunions, and of course the 50th is the big one, and we all recognize that we're getting older and we're on the backside of the power curve, if you will. So I sprung into action, if you will, with the guarantee from Huck that he would be behind me in all cases and support me and would have my back covered and so forth. And later on in our presentation and also in the banquet, I addressed that, so I won't take up your time now. The next opportunity or challenge of having 11 months prior to the reunion was to regroup and put together an organization that would hopefully produce one of the greatest reunions, especially it being our 50th. I guess because of my corporate experience, the very first thing I did was sit down with me, myself, and I and put together what the objectives should be. And the objectives were threefold. Number one, I was extremely adamant that we would have a 50th reunion. And obviously that happened, and I'll give you some of the background on that. The second objective is that we wanted the most people there. We had approximately 150 in our class, and we knew that 10 to 15% had passed away. But the objective was to get as many of our classmates together as we could. Then one of the sub-objectives of that was we had to make it as affordable as possible. I didn't want anyone to be able to say, I can't come because of financial reasons. And so we evolved into a subgroup of classmates that literally came forward. I never asked or put any pressure on them and said, if you do need additional funding or additional help or additional labor, why, please let us know. And so that group became known as the Secret Society, and they lived up to everything that and more than what I would ever expect. So we did several things to make sure that every classmate, regardless of their situation, could come. And the third objective that I had is, and part of it was my emotions evolved because of the slight chance that we would not have a 50th reunion, is that it would be the best reunion ever. And so when we formed the coordinator group, and there were 10 people that had come forward, classmates, and some of them I picked, and we formed the coordinator group. I hesitated to call them committees. During my entrepreneurial part of my career and philanthropic, I just felt committees were inappropriate and really demeaning. So we put together the coordinator group. Everyone had their responsibilities. Without saying, two of the absolutely key people were Chris Ressler, who handles our website and is just brilliant in internet communications and also her journalism. The other was Margaret Pena. Margaret is just a bundle of energy. She is a absolute professional and expert in detail, organization, and has just some brilliant ideas. Everyone that served on the coordinator group just did a yeoman's job. And Joe Viescas joined us, and I had no idea of the caliber of writing and communications that he has. And so he helped us tremendously with all of our communications, including senators, mayors, whatever. And over that 11-month period, everything just seemed to come together. There was very little friction. We had a couple of incidences that arose, and the maturity of the people, everything worked out, and everyone was pulling on the rope in the same direction. And I thought Joe Viescas explained things extremely well when we got toward the end. He said he was giving me a compliment and accolades and so forth, and I said, Joe, I said, it's just like running the Diana Rod or whatever it is in Alaska when you have the dogs pulling the sleigh. I said, I may have taken the position of the head dog, but there were 10 dogs behind me, all pulling. And that's what really made it happen.